Where are you supposed to go? Is it heaven or is it the real world? Heaven, real world. Heaven. Is it real world? Well, whatever you think so, it's nothing. Is reality real? Well, this is actually called simulation hypothesis. Simulation hypothesis is a free think. If reality is actually real, or are we living inside a computer simulation? Is the reality a real world? Simulation is developed on finding and all the stuff you can never think of. All your links you have over here. Hypothesis. Will you ever hypothesize yourself into a free thing? Well, there's a lot of writers of this and actually scripted mine in Notepad. So I'm actually gonna think if I open up on Notepad, I think I open up on Notepad, and then I have 3 little notepads here, 2 or 3. Then the third one steals a link and then pastes it into their notepad whilst we are inside the pad, yeah? White, everything for them is white, and then you script write it, animate everything, and you can explain why everything goes pure white. For the person, it looks like it's just on that angle there, but for you, it's white all over the place. Everywhere is white. Whatever you see, nothing. Just white. Now, white is the effect, and of course the coder is on a 360. Are we just in a powerful game or something? Is reality actually real? Maybe. Well, if you think if reality is actually real, hopefully our computer is safe, but we're not just say that we're in not just one simulation. We are in 5. For example, like someone has made I've made a simulation of myself on Windows, and this person on Windows made a simulation for himself. And then this person on this Windows made a simulation for himself, and this person on the third window made a simulation for himself. It keeps going on. So, for example, us, we are in infinite simulation at the same time, which sounds nonsense. I know that, but it's easy to it's hard to explain the situations. What is a security system? Is it a security like little 7 or anything like that? To give me a demonstration of this, let me just explain you what this is. You got all your links, you never use a link. Computer codes. This right here. Computer code is a code selected of computer. That's a big data. So, is this the way we've been coded on a massive computer and we just don't know it? We are not technically, but we are in simulation. I mean, the real world is still here, right? Is it? Or is it a simulation? To discuss this, go visit the website. Obviously, if it's a simulation, I just showed it away. Just see. Okay, let's just see. No. There we go. Click here. Other uses of the things. Just write this down. I'll paste it for you if you want to. And then just copy it from here, and you're just able to see the exact. Is reality actually real? Is what we see? So never try to don't scream very loudly, just to see if the whole world will crash or something. Don't do that, alright? Never do that. The reality is it could be real, but what if we don't even exist? What if reality for us doesn't exist, what will we do? We only exist in the animation, alright? We only exist here with all people, everyone controlling us and seeing us and created everything. I mean, of course, it's the same thing. Creating a thing in the game, for example, if I create a cloud in the game and that's the same as the real clouds, and then they disappear. You've got snow and then vanish. You've got rainbows and then it vanishes. It's exactly the same thing, but created with a real perspectival animation. This is just a test. We haven't read a lot of stories of this actually. If we're actually in a computer simulation, at least our simulation has papers. Tap my door. Pencils. Scripts. Otherwise we'll never write a story of them, so we're just thankful to the authors that gave us these things. That's it. But I will never ever, for example, being a good computer simulationer is a good thing, and what if we say that all the links we have are physics are actually invented links, the links that we have to write, the links that link everything up, the links that scripted links, and for example, and now I'm writing these links, and once I write these links, everything is pasted into the dimension world for me and into the real world for us, right? But even though for us, let's say for us the dimension is the real world, or if it's actually just a dimension. If it's a dimension, guys, yeah. Let me just explain you what I mean. There we go. You can demonstrate the world over here. In 2050. So, if we're living in the dimensions, is the reality actually gonna be true? For example, there's lots of places in the world. For example, like this one, Dimensions Festival. It looks like a dimension, but no, you're still on the same world. Well, just to explain that, why certain things happen anytime they want. At any certain point they want, they would happen, alright? Let's say that it starts, I want to go on a holiday tomorrow, and then it starts awfully raining a lot, and it just ruins my holiday. Does it have to happen at that moment? It doesn't have exactly a point, so I can easily say that because in the real world, it should happen at a point, right? But things happen all the time, every time. So if we are actually living in a computer simulation, just so that you know that the authors of this is very good at knowing to animate things, just like reality, alright? And you don't even know it. And it doesn't have a starting point, so it just fades off so slowly from nothingness. If everything will turn white, if all scripts are lost. So you just hope it does not happen anytime soon. Hopefully they didn't like just delete the scripts, because it could happen right now. I think, what is that? Yeah. And you can't think a lot, your mind is just blank. And whilst your mind, or when I say mind, or source of mind is blank, you can't ever think. That means that there'll be no echo, and the echo echoes, and that there'll be no spirits, or there'll be like no and you'll be just like, you won't feel anything. You feel lighter than a feather. You feel like nothing, and your weight is nothing, and then you are nothing for yourself. So these are computer codes. Just the ones and zeros. Simple, isn't it? This is what you do. If we imagine this is what, or this is what, we are actually in a computer code. We are in the all multiple colors from the computer code, depending on where you live or stuff like that. If you live in the UK, your computer code could be yellow or green, whatever, or black or blue. So we just say that the real world's computer codes are very important to make the real world actually real. I know the real world is real and everything here is everything they have, but this is just the greatest game. Is it reality or just the powerfulest game ever? It's a copy of reality. You think it's reality, and but so we've been actually thought of this. What if the reality is actually real? Notepad scripts. I'll be in a script, and so what you want to do, for example, if we think that we're wrong in the script, and reality is just what we think it is, and we're just in the script, and everything else, whatever we see in our lives, it's just depending on the script. How does feelings slap into you at once? Well, I just feel it, and it kind of makes a little no sense. So, for example, say, "Ow, my hand hurts." What caused it to hurt? Like, I know, but why did it hit in that exact minute? Does the coders just like write something and paste it, and it just connecting into the thing and just slaps and just you can feel it? Does that happen? Hopefully, it probably because you can go far as you want into the sky, far high up. At least we'll just experience the sky. And if it was an infinite sky, but like, oh, there's no infinite. It's an infinite sky. Is there an edge? You do. Wait! Wait! So I saw that Karina, close my door. Sorry, guys. And yeah, are we actually?